All eyes on Doge. Big runner. To the moon. Whew. Doge still going up. All eyes on Doge. Still big runner. To the moon. Keep going up. Going up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Up. Movement in Doge. Dogecoin. Up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Up. Movement in Doge. Dogecoin. 42.69. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin.
Hey everybody, Kriss here. It's a Monday. What a day, huh? Another one of these. Well, we'll get through it all together. We'll commiserate together. Dogecoin's at 16.5 cents. So actually 16.66 right now. 16.66. Is that a sign? I don't know. That is some kind of sign there. 16.66. Ouch. Yeah, it was one of those days. We'll talk to why. Why is crypto down today? We got a bunch of reasons. We'll go through them all. But today's also going to be about conviction. And it's like all these latecomers, and I hate to pick on latecomers, but a lot of latecomers who didn't come into crypto, particularly Dogecoin, until last November when Dogecoin was mooning, right? I hate to say it, but you just got in at the wrong time, right? And you're all negative because you bought 30, 40 cent Dogecoin thinking it was going to keep going up. And it didn't. That's how crypto works. I've been showing you the charts for years and years now. Years. How Dogecoin does this, up and down and up and down and up and down. And we're in one of those downs. I have conviction. I made a video this morning. We're still in a bull cycle. And I know, it's been 3 weeks and we'll keep going down, blah, 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 blah. Well, do you have conviction or not? Why did you buy Dogecoin? That's a simple question. Why did you buy Dogecoin? Me? I bought Dogecoin for many reasons. One of them is to do only good every day and have fun. Part of it was to make some money. Yes, that part of it is true. But out of all the cryptos, there isn't one that's any more fun than Doge. But if all you have in your mind is, I bought Doge at 40 cents and now it's below 20 cents, so Doge sucks. It's like, well, you bought at the wrong time. Because a lot of us were buying Dogecoin 2 years ago when it was 6 cents, right? So you got in at the wrong time. So don't blame the crypto market, blame yourself. That's it. I've been talking about 4-year cycles. We're at the top, near the end of the cycle. I get that. Now there's a possibility we might have an extended cycle, things that we've been talking about, and there's a lot of indicators that that may be true. Personally, I do not believe we're in a bear market. Now, you can disagree with me, that's fine. Just don't be a troll and don't be an idiot, right? And we can have the conversation. But if you're going to be a troll and you're going to be an idiot, you're going to get the boot because I'm not in a good mood today. Now, it's not because of the markets and crypto. It's other crap going on. You know, it's life, right? Life catches up to you. Stuff goes on. But me, I don't got time for that. But I will tell you what I do see, right? And I will tell you about my conviction, and you can either agree or don't agree. But also, don't sit there, no, I told you so, blah, blah, blah. The I told you so stuff doesn't work here. It doesn't work here. If you want to do the I told you so stuff, go start your own YouTube channel and start preaching over there. Maybe you'll get a bunch of followers who don't mind somebody who just continually says, I told you so. Because I don't have time for that. But we begin. Dogecoin's down. I get it, right? Not a great day. And I did kind of predict this last night, right? Because we saw a little pump in Dogecoin, right? And if you guys follow me on X, right, you saw that I did say, hey, look, this is what I posted last night. Dogecoin is in price recovery. Might this be a fake Sunday night pump before a Monday dump? We've seen this before. So it's not like I didn't predict today, but I did, right? There it is, right there. I posted this at 6:56 p.m. on Sunday, right? Monday dump. And G Immortal has a great chat right there. It's not only Doge. And that is the key, right? It's the whole frickin' market. The whole market is down. So you can blame Doge all you want. Doge is actually doing pretty well. Solana's down bigger percentage. Litecoin's down bigger percentage. AVAX is down bigger. Immutable X down bigger. Aptos down bigger. Arbitrum down bigger. We've got Fetch down bigger. We've got Optimism down bigger. We've got Cadena like completely bottoming out, now down to 3.5 cents. Pepe just getting obliterated. I might actually buy some Pepe because I'm just like, man, it's down 15%. I'm just like, Pepe 0.0005. It's in the fives now. It's like, oh man, like there's some attractive prices here. But if you think you're in a bear market, maybe you just need to sell everything and get out, and we'll see you next cycle, right? If that's how you feel, see you next cycle. But what's going on today? I mean, what's really going on, right? Well, here's 3 reasons, and I'll give you a 4th reason in a minute, but here's 3 reasons why Bitcoin and crypto are dumping to, yes, even Bitcoin is down. It's not like just the alts are falling. Bitcoin's down, not as much percentage-wise, but it is down. Well, there's still kind of this negative reaction from last year's Fed Chair Jerome Powell's comments, right? That it's not a foregone conclusion that December FOMC is going to have a rate cut. It's just the way he said it, right? It was hawkish and everyone's like, oh, and so the market's dumped. Well, that's a stupid reason for the markets to dump, right? Because of course he's not going to say whether they're going to cut rates in December or not. He can't. He can't say that. So that's just the stupidity of investors, right? Reacting to that. Now, that did lead to big ETF outflows and institutional de-risking, right? So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday last week, Bitcoin and ETH ETF saw a lot of selling, a lot of big selling. And those are the paper hands ETF holders, right? So we had that. But more importantly, we had a massive wave of liquidations. That's right. We go back to our liquidation chart and we see that over the past 24 hours, another $1.2 billion, $1.2 billion were wiped out. More stupid ass leverage trading. Where does all the money go? How do they keep coming up with more money to leverage trade? How do they keep doing it? It just, and the market makers just drop the price again and wipe out millions, tens of millions, hundreds of millions more. 316 million on Bitcoin, 312 on ETH, 145 million on Solana. Some big leverage trades on Solana. Doge had 25 million, which is a lot for Doge. But we even saw the Doge amounts of open interest in the futures was lower than normal for this year, which of course is way bigger than years past. Just because there's all this leverage trading going on. All of these traders keep thinking the market is going to go up, right? They still think the bull cycle is happening. And so they're putting more leverage trades for longs than shorts. And so the exchanges and the market makers just keep dumping the price to wipe them out again and again and again. So we got that going on. Additionally, there's this lawsuit thing that might be coming between Wintermute and Binance. Now, Wintermute is a market maker. And what happened with Binance versus Wintermute, we will see. I don't know if this lawsuit's really going to happen or not, but it's like, this is still October 10th fallout stuff. But it's kind of interesting that there's something out there. And so when it becomes something, I'll let you know. But there's still this sort of leftover feeling about what happened on October 10th. It obviously wasn't natural, as I talked about, right? And over that weekend after, I went in and I found like all the details about how manipulated the price was and what was happening with the buy button, and it was paused, and like all that crap was going on. So this news came out, and that's a little bit causes some fear. But do you have conviction or not? I mean, that's really what it comes down to. If you think the bull cycle's over, the market's over, and you just sell and get out, and you wait for a couple of years, and you buy back in at the dip, right, the bottom of the next bear market, right? That's what you do. I'm not doing that yet. Now, I did already take profits earlier in the year. Yes, I did that. I had a goal. I reached my goal, and I sold, and I took profits. Remember, I was buying most of my crypto from the end of 2022 through the summer of 2023. And just about everything I bought was way in profit when I took profits. So, like I said, if you came in late and you started buying at 40 cent, 45 cent Dogecoin, don't blame me, right? That's just when you became aware of it and you happened to just come in at the wrong time. I don't blame you for it. I'm just like, that's the deal. This was today one of the biggest liquidation days in history, but it didn't quite make the top 10. There's a top 10 list. And of course, October 10th is the top of the list. And this list blames it on the US tariff hike on China, but they don't mention Binance and the manipulation and all of that because they just won't do that. But it's interesting that the second largest happened, which was $9 billion, and that happened on April 17th, 2021. April 17th, 2021. And I think back to April 17th, 2021, and I'm like, you know what? That's the day right before Doge went crazy and rocketed from like 16 cents up to 42 cents, and then took a little break and then ran up to 60, 70 cents. That big run came after the second largest leverage liquidation in history. We're not over yet. And especially for Dogecoin, because Dogecoin has some huge things coming. And I'll just tell you in just a few minutes, a big one that has all of a sudden showed back up. That's right, a big one. So that was interesting, seeing that. Market sentiment hits new low, no doubt, right? We are down at the bottom on market sentiment. We're below 50. We're like, man, this is bad. And we haven't been this low since the Trump tariff, fears back in April. But you know what? After that, sentiment came up, right? In May, prices came back up. I get it, though. Sentiment was low then. It was bad. But what was I doing? I bought Dogecoin at 13.4 cents. That's right. And I posted on X and I told you all, guys, this looks like the bottom of this pullback. I'm buying Dogecoin. And that Dogecoin I bought back in April is still in the green, along with the other Dogecoin I bought through the summer. Now, there was a couple dips that I bought a little bit higher than where Dogecoin is today, but I still have conviction. But sentiment runs in waves, up and down and up and down and up and down, right? And that's how Dogecoin trades as well. Now, for the past 3 weeks, we've had this pause, right? And during this pause, because of the aftermath of the October 10th flash crash and the US government shutdown sort of continuing to wane on, sentiment has gone down, even though the price has been going sideways until late last night, early this morning, and then earlier today. the pullback that we've just had. Because people are just like, oh, it's never going to end. I'm just going to sell. Okay, you don't have conviction. I get it. And that's all right. If you can't handle the heat, right? If you can't handle the volatility of crypto, maybe you shouldn't be trading crypto. Go back to the stock market. You stick with your stocks. Stocks are doing very well. Again, be careful. You're buying tops of a lot of stocks. You're buying in NVIDIA now. You're kind of at the top right now of the cycle, just telling you. But you might do better than Doge in the end because you bought Doge at the wrong time. And then maybe you buy back into Doge. Well, it'll be when Doge is going back up again. Maybe I should buy back in, and you might buy the top again. Don't go chasing things, right? If you have conviction, you buy low, you sell high. I'm just saying. But I'm not the only one. Look, Elliott Trade says we aren't even at the 50-week moving average on the Bitcoin chart. We looked at the 50-week moving average yesterday during the live stream, and we're like, yep, 50-week moving average. It's down here. We are not there. It's down here at 103. 102.8 is what I saw. They're saying 103.0, but it's like, so yeah, we're not in a bear market. Traditionally, it has been a closing end of the week below the 50-week moving average, and we're not there. Now, we touched below it when? April, right? The Trump tariff pullback. We dipped below the 50-week moving average. But then Bitcoin went up. What's to say that's not going to happen again? And we didn't even touch the 50-week moving average yet. Let's talk about cycle tops. We haven't had a cycle top yet. None of the indicators are showing cycle top from Pi cycle indicator, right? The Pi cycle top thing. Not even close. And this is another one called the ISM composite. We're still low. We're not high. 2017, high. 2021, high. We're still low. We haven't had that composite PMI top yet. There's nothing that's saying we are at a top yet. And we have talked continually over the past year about pullbacks during a bull market. In fact, we've been talking about it for over a year. That we've had 20, 30, 40% pullbacks in just Bitcoin alone during a bull market. And this is just another one of those. I believe. I have conviction. I do not think we are in a bear market. Am I wrong? Maybe, but I don't believe it, and there's none of the indicators that are pointing that to me, as well as all these other guys. I'm not alone. Here's Merlin, the trader, right? He's like, look, let's look at ETH. ETH is setting up as a textbook bullish flag. Consolidation is clean, broke out, retested the breakout. Classic chart here. And it's testing, right? It's testing support right now. But the setup is there for ETH. We also have some traders who continue to trade with conviction, with leverage. We had one other one that did get liquidated this morning, but we've got another one here that there's this one on Hyperliquid who called the last three major moves correctly. And now that whale has opened a new long $37 million in Bitcoin, along with $18 million in ETH on Hyperliquid. This is a new trade. These are new trades here. Bitcoin and ETH. Leverage longs. Dates. Today. Amounts. 37 million in Bitcoin, 18 million in ETH. They're betting on this is the dip. They're buying the dip. Market's going to go higher. Let's get the government shutdown ended. Let's move on. That's what they're betting on, and they think it's coming close. We continue. Virtual bacon. Now, I've made a lot of fun of this guy, right? Going all in on World Liberty Finance, right? Man, is he down big on that. That was the wrong trade to make. And he went in big. And WLFI is down big. Like I said, I wouldn't touch anything Trump is associated with when it comes to the crypto markets, because the performance isn't there. Although Trump last night on 60 Minutes said, oh, US is #1 in crypto. Well, yeah, for his pockets, they are. But so far this year has not been really good overall for the crypto market. I get it. That is true. And Trump doesn't help things when he opens his mouth, right? Or when he does stupid things like World Liberty. We didn't need that, right? But of course, he set it up. He set it up for his sons, right? To make a lot of money. And they are not on investing, but on creating a company of which is making money. But Virtual Bacon says, look, my 3 to 6 month plan is still bullish. Bitcoin is above the 50-week average, right? Bitcoin's still above the 50-week average. Liquidity is rising. And another rate cut is likely in December. Despite what Powell said, the rate cut is still likely. Altcoin sentiment is reset. It's pretty low right now. Altcoin sentiment is pretty low. He's calling it reset, right? He says we're at the bottom of the sentiment range here. Dominance is still in a macro downtrend. As long as Bitcoin trends higher, alts will follow. Ignore the fear, follow the structure. So that's still there. How about Michael Vanderpop? Even though you could argue that the markets are painful, it's not bad. The total market capitalization is having a normal correction. Altcoins and Bitcoin are about to go into their next leg up. The trend is still up. We're still at $3.5 trillion crypto market cap. And that's about where the top was in November 2024. We've just come and retested that top of the market cap that we had in 2024. We're retesting that now on this dip. But I continue. Conviction. Who has conviction and who hasn't, right? How about this guy, James Wynn? Here, I mean, the 3 words I probably hate the most. I told you. I told you, right? Con, we already covered that. You're late. We talked about Wintermute already. You got to be here on time, dude. Got to be here on time. James Wynn, I told you. BTC now 20K lower, right? James Wynn. Is that conviction? Is that conviction when he says, I told you? Oh, but it gets better. Oh, it gets better. I just love this. And I love Tom Crown for pointing it out. Tom's awesome. He's like, literally top blasting bull post. Now he's told us. Biggest LARP in crypto Twitter history. Because what did he say back on October 6th? Do you remember October 6th? Do you remember that? Remember October 6th? That was 4 days before the big October 10th dump, right? October 6th. And what did our friend James Wynn post back on October 6th? Right when Bitcoin was hitting a new all-time high of 125, 126K. What did he say? Interesting. He said, and this is the post, it's still there, Bitcoin will move fast. 130K, 140K, 150K. And then it'll swing back to 120. There'll be a huge alt move, and then a swing back to 150K, Then it's going to go to 160, 170, 180, 190. That's what he said. It's right there. He said this on October 6th. And now he's like, I told you so. I told you so. It's going to go lower. You flip-flopper. You're an idiot. James win is James lose. He's posted losing 10, 20, 30 million dollars on leverage trades. What a joke. What a joke. Now he is right about the liquidation. We talk about the heat map, right? There's a lot up here. There's a lot of shorts out there now, right? Because what? The longs are getting wiped out, right? So there's a lot of shorts out there. And he says, just because there is liquidity above doesn't automatically assume the market makers are going to pump to grab it. That's a tremendous amount of sell pressure that's not a liquidity grab. Meaning when the price starts coming up, these guys are going to be closing their positions, right? So that'll be selling, right? Closing their positions. And that is true. And that is true. But then he says people are looking for an exit right now. Any pump, people are offloading to get out of the market. Really? Not yet. I think that time is coming, but it's not yet. Especially right now. And then we have, right, all of the other alts that go on little pumps. And I see it in the chat. All of a sudden, it's like, hey, Kriss, check out Aster. Hey, Kriss, check out XPL. Well, what's happened to Aster and XPL? Well, here's Aster, which Ali is saying, look, key support for Aster is 86 cents. No, it's not. It's going to dump lower because it's one of these stupid tokens, right? That goes on a big run. Everybody gets all excited about it. People buy it at the top. Some of you probably bought Aster at $2. And I was like, yeah, I wouldn't do that. But you go chasing things that are already moving. And then what happens? It comes back to $1 and you're down half. You're down half. Looking for the bottom to try and buy in, but a lot of these alts aren't going to make it. Which is why my conviction is stick with the top 10. Maybe have a little corner of your portfolio with like a bonk or a pengu or a something, right? But stick with the top 10. Everything else is a crapshoot. It really is. You have no idea. Oh, what about Dash? Dash. Nobody talked about Dash for years. And now this week, everyone's talking about Dash because it's going on a run. Where was the conviction of Dash a month ago? There wasn't any. Zpar, go back 10 minutes in the stream and you'll get your answer. Just covered that. Just covered that. Yeah, big box, exactly. So I shouldn't take out a loan to buy more with? Exactly. No. Yep. I get it, Zpar. But yeah, I covered it. So just have to scroll back about 10, 15 minutes and you'll get all the detail, all the deets. So what about Dogecoin? I only have one thing to talk about with Dogecoin. Some of you saw it on X. That's why you got to follow me on X. But you come here too. I appreciate it. I'm here on X at KrissPax. Join me there. Follow me there. Is Elon sending us a signal? Is SpaceX still working on putting a literal Dogecoin on the moon? Elon Musk says it's time. This was this morning. This is an Elon Musk post or tweet, right? And it's in response to Doge designer, CB Doge, saying no highs, no lows, only Doge. as he includes a screenshot of an Elon Musk post from April of 2021. See, now April 2021, it comes back full circle, right? What happened in April 2021, about 4.5 years ago? We had the second largest liquidation event in the history of crypto, just 2 weeks after this post. But this post is Elon responding to SpaceX is going to put a literal Dogecoin on the literal moon. CB Doge says no highs, no lows, only Doge. And Elon says it's time. I don't know, man, but I see that and I'm like, that backs up my conviction and my thoughts that I've been saying is Elon is the wild card in all of this, right? You've heard me say this, wild card, wild card. Oh, it's Kriss talking about wild card. Elon doesn't care about Doge. He's been giving us hints. He's been giving us hints again and again and again. And here's another one just this morning. And you guys are all depressed. And you're selling and you're getting out and you're like, Yeah, Pro, I sold Peak for a loss too. I just swung it into Bitcoin. I didn't have conviction on Peak. But on Dogecoin, I do. So that's where I am. And you can say whatever you want, like I told you so, duh. But it's a short-term thing. We zoom out on the charts and we look at the bigger picture and we're like, guys, this is just like, zoom out, dude. Zoom out. We're not ready yet. We're not bear market yet. We're not bear market yet. There are some buying Dogecoin at 16.6 on the dip. We were last here on July. Last time we saw this, not counting the big flash crash. Although some of you, I did see back on the 10th and 11th that you were able to get some Dogecoin at maybe 12, 13, 14 cents on the big flash crash. But you see something like this with Elon, and I'm just like, it's time with a big smiley face. It's like, I mean, come on. Come on. I got my magnet on here, right? I put it back up here, right? I still think Doge is going to go higher than that. Overall, I have conviction in Dogecoin. Yeah, I have Elon's not going to be selling Dogecoin. No. He has conviction as well. Well, for this year, you won't have to worry about capital gains taxes. Maybe. I mean, I've got a crap ton that I have to worry about. Because if you remember, I took profits back in January because I saw where the market was going with all the Trump tariff crap going on. And people say, Kriss made me buy crypto at 40. I was selling at 40 cents. I wasn't making you buy at 40 cents. I was taking profits. Like a good investor, I had a goal. I reached my goal. Last winter, I reached my goal and I was talking about exit points and taking slices and taking profits. And somebody says, you made me buy Dogecoin at 42 cents. I was selling at 42 cents. Because I had a goal. I was buying back here. I even put it on my chart. Look at this. I even put it on my chart and I called it a gift. Remember this? August, right? Early September 2024. I said, guys, this is a gift. And I put that text right there. Gift. This is a gift. Because I knew what was coming. And that's been on my chart for a year. Gift. Exactly, Ryan. I sold at 42,069. Thank you for reminding me. Yes, 42,069 limit order. And it hit. And I'm just like, thank you very much. That sale's looking pretty good right now, isn't it? 42,069. Yeah, there it is right there. I got my little red circle right there. 42,069. Selling on the big green candle. Right up there. Yeah, gift. I was buying here, and I was actually buying more back here in this big purple triangle when Doge hit 5.7 cents. I was buying a crap ton of Dogecoin back there. So if you bought up here, I'm sorry, you just bad timing. Bad timing. Don't blame me, right? Don't blame the market. Don't say Dogecoin's stupid because of it, because you're down, right? Half or more. That's just the way it is. You just got in at the wrong time. It depends on when you buy, Anthony. When I bought my first Dogecoin at 2 cents, I was immediately up 4x because Doge went from 2 cents to 8 cents. I was never down. I was never down, Anthony. But that's just my story. Maybe I got lucky. I don't know. I was in the right place at the right time. I was reading the markets. I was watching what was going on. And I bought my first Doge at 2 cents. And I was never down. But hey, that's just me. You're exhausted and hopeless, Morteza? Well, if you're hopeless, I can't help you with that. Exhausted, well, we're in a wait and see mode right now. Government shutdown is still a thing, weighing heavy on the markets. I get it. It's going to end at some point in time. VP stopped streaming again. That guy. Yeah. Yeah, but Anthony, you can't talk about now without talking in the past. You can't. It's all one thing. And my point is, if you got in at the wrong time, that's not my fault, right? That means that you weren't watching what was going on close enough. A lot of people are down on your portfolio. I get it. Do you have conviction or not? Why did you buy Dogecoin? Again, it goes back to that. You thought it would be easy, right? Last November, Dogecoin's going up. Oh, I'm just going to buy and I'm going to double my money. Easy peasy. No. Crypto doesn't work that way. No, crypto is not easy. It tests you, right? It tests you. And we have been tested this year, haven't we? We have been tested. Luck is when preparation meets opportunity. Wow, Ryan. A philosopher. We have a philosopher with us. And RR is right. Same stories before. All the charts look the same. Everything is dipped underneath my purple box. Everything has dipped below the purple box. Look at ETH. Down below the purple box, right? And then pull ETH out more, right? They're all down below the purple box. Algorand, down. Solana, down, right? It's not just Doge. You guys are like, oh, Doge. Look at all the other cryptos. Everything has a big red candle today. Some more than others. I mean, look at Pepe. Poor Pepe today, man. I'm going to buy some of this. Look at this. It's down in the 5s now. It's down in the 5s. I was saying anything under 10 was probably a good buy. Then we had the flash crash and I just put everything on hold. But now look at this. It's down in the 5s. You get back up to this yellow line and you've doubled your money. You've got conviction in the market that Pepe won't double in price and get back up to 10. That's looking pretty tasty to me. But hey, I'm just me, right? I'm just a trader like you guys, right? But that looks juicy to me right there, Pepe. I've been giving Pepe a hard time, but that's when it was up here. Now it's, what a great entry point. It didn't even dip this low on October 10th. On October 10th, Pepe didn't even drop this low. It's like, wow. 99% of people are not down, Con. No, that is not true. That's not true. No, their portfolios aren't down. That just means you bought at the wrong time. I don't know where you get this 99% number, but nope. I think Elon tunes into the... Hey, Elon's welcome. I would love to have Elon on. I'll have him as a guest. Elon, you are invited to be on the KrissPax live stream as a guest. We can talk about all kinds of things, including Dogecoin. Yeah, I guess I'm the 1%. Me too, Ryan. That makes 2%. I'm still up. Even my stupid KrissPax DCA portfolio, again, Con, here's my portfolio, and this is my second portfolio that I didn't start until the summer of 23. And look at that. I put in 10,000 and it's at 24,800 right now at the bottom of this dip. And I'm still up 150%. Again, it's all the timing. It's timing. You're blaming the crypto, but it's the timing. And as I've always said, Dogecoin does this, right? It's got big volatility. I don't know who you're talking to, Con, but you guys just bought it the wrong time. Well, 6 months ago was April, and Doge was at 13 cents. Were you buying at 13 cents? I was, and I told you, now's a great time to buy Dogecoin at 13 cents. And that Dogecoin I bought at 13 cents is still up because Doge is over 16 cents right now on this dip. In the green, baby, in the green. That's where we were 6 months ago. So, wet Lambo. Goose. I love it. Wet Lambo. Oh. Michael's been buying Doge, been mining it. Go large or go home. Yep. Michael's got conviction. And right, and I say that too. You just can't blame Doge. Now, if everything else was green and Doge was in the red, okay, you got me. That doesn't happen. Down is when you buy. Nate is up. No way I'm in the 1%. Exactly. Not selling. Its time could mean all kinds of things, aesthetic. X payments. But I think that was more in reference to the SpaceX post. Hey, Kronos, how are you? Crypto has been fun this year. You're a philosopher, right? You're a philosopher. And I don't know what that paddle thing was. I don't think I want to know. Hey, Derek, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity brings out all the tricks before change occurs. Ooh, more philosophy. Nice. Joanna is strong in my convictions. Good things come to those who wait. Agreed. We all good? We got Elon, no worries. That's how it's been. We've had 6 years of that with Elon and Doge. At least we have a day outside of the purple box. Yeah. Well, there we go. See if we climb back in tomorrow. Shout out to Trump. Yeah, chaos. Shout out to Trump. Thank you very much. You were thinking about buying some Jasmy on the dip. 008. Jasmy. 008. I'm still up on my Jasmy that I bought at 003. 008, that's a decent price. If you have conviction. If you have conviction. Gappy's eating Pepe like a Polish pickle. Oh, I like that. I think I'm going to be buying some Pepe tonight. I think so. You're going to restrain yourself from putting any more in right now. See what happens. I get it. I love the juicy Pepe. Yeah, Johnny, I think it's more like 50%, not 99. Bitcoin dominance had a nice little spike up today over 60%. So we did have that, right? It came out of the purple box on the upside. Again, on the red candle days, right? Alts get hit harder than Bitcoin. So Bitcoin dominance comes up. The general consensus is Bitcoin is going to recover in November and December. And if Bitcoin recovers, so will Doge, and so will all these alts that are getting killed today. They'll come back. If you have conviction, it's a buying opportunity on the dip. If you didn't catch the dips from October 10th, you get another chance today. What would I ask Elon if you only had one question to ask? Got to boil it down to one question. Kriss, you get one question. I've heard all his spiel about Dogecoin before, so I wouldn't want to ask something where he's just going to repeat something he's already said. So it wouldn't be that. Huh. That's a good question. What would I ask him? Think about that. But I'm Mr. Trader with a YouTube channel. Yes, I am. And you guys don't listen to me. Or you just weren't here 1 year ago and 2 years ago when I'm saying buy on the dip. This is a gift. You weren't here. So I wasn't telling anybody to buy Dogecoin over 40 cents. I was selling. I was telling people, I am selling. I am taking profits. So how people get that confused with me telling people to buy, I don't know. Was I showing some charts where Doge could potentially go higher? Yes, I was. I was very bullish on Dogecoin, especially going into the inauguration of Trump. Everybody was bullish on crypto. And then Trump blew it with his stupid Trump token. And then as soon as he's in office, like throwing all the tariff shit at us, it was like, yeah, that's not good. And we talked about it as it was all happening. We're all in the same boat. Don't blame anyone else for your decisions. I loved the roller coaster when I was younger. The adrenaline rush was awesome. Now that I'm older, I have crypto roller coaster. More thrills. Johnny, you've got plenty of money to put in. You just don't want to right now. I may regret it when it pumps, but you feel a crash coming on. So Johnny has a conviction that he thinks is going to be bearish, so he's not buying anymore. Me, I'm going to buy. I'm going to buy. For those that DCA every week, it depends on when you started DCAing, because you should have caught the bottoms too. Certainly summer of 24 and summer of 23, when Doge was really, really low. And that's people's problem, Con, is they don't buy when the price goes down. And that's when I say, buy on the red candles. How many times have I said that? Buy on the red candles. What's up, Steven? They buy on the massive green candles, and you're chasing. And I say it all the time. They're probably buying Bitcoin dominance right now. As it's got a big green candle. Let's buy Bitcoin dominance. Adam admits he bought in at 48 cents, but then He kept buying on the dips all the way down. Positive with all the work going on with Doge. I'm going to get my money back. Adam has a conviction. He just started at a bad time. Not sure why everyone is freaking out. If it's money you're willing to lose, just wait it out. Hey, if you're buying crypto with your rent money and your utility money, your food money, right? Money you need to live on, that's a mistake. Yeah. That's a mistake. In Doge, we trust. Yeah, Anthony, you shouldn't be putting money into crypto if that's the money you want to use to buy Christmas presents or have New Year party or whatever. Don't keep that money. Don't put it in the markets. Nick was swapping some comp for Doge. 50 cents worth. Batman sold it all again on the red candle. Yes, sold it all. Do you still stack Bitcoin? Yep, I keep adding a little more to my Bitcoin stash, which I did when I sold Peak, right? Peak went up last week 20%, and I flipped it into Bitcoin. I took the L on Peak, right? I took the loss. Yeah, that offsets some of my capital gains on my wins a little bit. Tax loss harvesting kind of thing, which we'll talk about more in December, just next month, when I do my whole thing on crypto taxes. That's right. Kriss will have his annual crypto tax epic live stream in just a little over a month. And we'll talk all about taxes. The best part of crypto. Some of you don't have taxes. We won't have capital gains taxes this year. I get it. But we will still talk taxes, though. People here have conviction, but no more money to DCA. I get that. But yes, the head of Geometric Corp said the mission is still on 2026. That's what he said. You don't know what the paddle means either. Might have to ask somebody a little clarification on that, right? We need a little clarification. Tom Lee just said that S&P is going up to 73, 7,500. Wow. Could be. S&P is at 68 now. Keep going up. We got good things coming. There's good things coming. Quantitative tightening ending, which means quantitative easing, more money printing, rate cuts, business cycle, like all of that is still pointing to the markets going higher, not lower. That's what I'm seeing. This is all just manipulation. That's what this is. Another $1 billion of leverage wiped out of the market. Yes, as Ryan says, look, conviction, wait, soon. The government shutdown will end. Tariff situations will calm down. The May interest will drop. Liquidity will enter the market. We'll get Dogecoin ETFs rolling out. There's going to be some excitement coming. If you're selling out now, I'm just like, you might miss out. Many coins are not coming back. And you can't have everything go up because there's not enough money in the world to make everything go back up. So there's millions of stupid tokens that just aren't going to do anything. Just don't be in those. Did I hear about the Tesla Roadster? He's hinting the vehicle has some crazy tech in it. Yeah, I heard a little clip about him saying that in the future there's this flying thing. Well, that's way out. But I still believe Pengu will come back. It's gotten beaten down, Edward. I know. I own some. I watch it. But it has such a worldwide appeal that when the memes come back, I still think Pengu and Bonk are going to do well, but they're both getting beaten down right now, as well as Pepe. Hey, Nate. Appreciate the generosity. Sending out some memberships. We got Redskins. Hey, Redskins got one. Miguel, Shaj, Hamoob, and Big Johnny got memberships from Nate. Congratulations. And again, Nate, thank you for your generosity. Michael, just put limit orders in. Wish I had more to put in, but great buying opportunity. May not have another chance at these prices. That could be. This is just a dip below the upward sloping support line, is what this is. Buying opportunity, according to my chart. Anthony, you're telling me to be careful with my conviction. You might fall into the trap of going all in. No, I just have a conviction. The conviction doesn't mean you take every last penny and you throw it in the market. The conviction is you're not selling, right? You're not bailing out. We're not in a bear market. My conviction is we're not in a bear market. We're still in an overall bull cycle, as I said in this morning's video. That's where I am. It's my fault, Ron. Yep, I reached through and I hit the buy button for everybody. Buy, buy, buy. Oh. The market will explode before the government shutdown ends. And then when the shutdown does end, all that backed up and accumulated money from those paychecks will be used to FOMO into the markets. Interesting. Get all the government workers with their furlough money. No, just buy Dogecoin. Oh. Under 20 cents is a gift. Time horizon 5 years out. Sean, that's true, but a lot of people just, the TikTokers today, they don't think in terms of 5 years. They want immediate gratification. I want it now, right? They can't wait 5 years or 4 years or whatever. I would say 4 years if the 4-year cycles are really still in play. And this cycle is just kind of messed up a little bit. Javier thinks the altcoins are about to get destroyed. How about today? They're all down like 10%. You think it's going to get worse? Well, that's your conviction. Yeah, don't put money in the market, Anthony, that you need for something else. That's just basic thinking. You put extra money into the crypto market. Some Fox, if you want to know why the crypto is falling today, just scroll back to the first 10 minutes of this live stream, and I covered it all then. Okay? William, time for a larger coin count. Thank you for the super chat. Need more coins, right? It's all about the coin count. That's what we were saying on the other dips, right? It's all about coin count. Between Doge and Bitcoin, that's what I'm going to be holding long term. I'm going to get out of everything else. But I'm not selling yet. All this bearish and depression makes me make another bad decision eating at Waffle House. Waffle House is great. I love Waffle House. We don't have any up here in Boston, but when I travel around, like through the Midwest, Waffle House is awesome. Time to take a deep breath, say a little prayer. You've taken a pause, putting money in. I get it, Anthony. Yep. SPY's looking nice. Anything stock related. But then again, remember, it's all the Mag 7, right? NVIDIA, Google, Apple, Tesla, Meta, right? Those are the ones that are holding up the stock market. Most of those other stocks aren't making money. Amazon, like the big ones, they're just taking over completely. And that's where all the money's going. That's been growing for a number of years, but it's probably more evident this year now more than ever, particularly with NVIDIA and how quickly it grew. Polymarket is at 82% that Bitcoin will still reach a new all-time high in 2025. Waving hello to Jason in the future when he finally gets to this point in the live stream. Hey, Jason. The Roadster, it will fly with boosters in a few months. He said that. I didn't watch the interview, but in a few months. You rotated some of your Doge into Pengu MVG. Didn't lose conviction, but Pengu feels like it has unreal potential. That's why I bought some. Yeah, Anthony, those predictions, 200K Bitcoin, 7,000 ETH. I wouldn't count on that either, but yeah, if it happens, we'll enjoy it. I agree. I have no conviction on Peak Pro. No conviction. That's why I sold on last week's 20% pump. I was like, yep, that's a sign. Big 20% green candle. I'll cut my losses. And that's what I did. I cut my losses. That was this candle right there. I sold right up here, just under 10 cents. That was right there. This is what it looked like on the 4-hour. Woke up, peak was up 20%. I was like, okay, I sold right there. And that ended up being a good sale because since then, peak has gone from here down 33%. But yeah, this is pretty weak. And I was just like, yeah, I've had it with this. I rolled it into Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin at that time dipped down, and I got Bitcoin at 109 right there on the dip. So that Bitcoin that I bought is only down 2.5% versus the 33% that peak is down since then. So I think that was a pretty good deal. 33% down as opposed to 2.5% down. That's a pretty good deal. I hope my conviction doesn't lead to my eviction. That was good, guys. Do I think Pepe will still be a good token, or will it go to zero? Chad, it's not going to go to zero. Too much of a family community supporting it. But yeah, it's at 5 now. 0.00005. That's a good price. I think when we get a meme pump, Pepe's going to double at least and get back to 10. Doubling your money from here in November, I'll take that. Floki, I don't know what Floki's going to do, man. It's not one that I follow. If everything else is pumping, Floki will probably pump too. But I don't really follow it. Solana, Litecoin, Pepe, all gifts today. Not financial advice. Thank you, Raiden, for putting that out there. William still likes Bonk. Remember, Kriss is a wizard. All right. KrissPax told me to buy or else he'd make me cat sit the Pax cat. What about those shrimp expenses? I know, right? No, it's not all in, Anthony. My conviction isn't all in. My conviction is being smart about it, like someone just said, right? Being smart about it as an investor. But I'm not selling, I'm not bailing. ETH barely setting a new high doesn't make sense for a cycle top. Well, but you also have to look at like the coin count, like how many ETH tokens there are now versus how many there were back in 2021 when it hit its last all-time high. And I believe its market cap was actually much higher. Omar says, if we end November and December in the red, I believe that's all she wrote. I agree with that. Sentiment is super bearish right now. Hope this is a real fake out. Yep. Yeah, if we get a red November and a red December, yeah, that's a pretty good sign. Life-changing decisions are made at the Waffle House. Ah, it's so good. Hey, Yawning, how are you? Long time no see. You landed a job? Awesome. Congrats. Always good. Mona Lisa, coin count. It's all about the coin count. Polymarket says 50% chance of reaching 115 in November. So it's 50-50. Maramello bought some more on the dip. I own both. Nicholas, I think overall Pengu will probably do better than Bonk longer term, just because of its worldwide appeal and acceptance. What did Elon say about the flying roadster? It will either be very good or bad, but nobody will ever forget it. Something with flying and wings. Yeah. Wow. No, I didn't hear that part. Duchess, thank you for the super chat. Staying strong. Yeah, Bitcoin back to 130K sounds more reasonable. Take out those shorts up to 130K. There's some big, big shorts up there. I don't follow Zora Turbo. And in fact, I'm not really a fan of Zora because of this thing about like automatically creating new tokens. It's like we don't need any more damn new tokens. We already have millions upon millions of stupid crypto tokens. We don't need more. So yeah, I'm not a fan of Zora. Is anyone going to speculate or care if Elon puts a Doge? Oh, it'll be huge. It'll be huge currency. That's the hype. That's the type of hype that Dogecoin trades on. Yeah, I talked about Dash earlier, Christian. Yep. Zcash, Dash, Digibyte, like those are the flavors of the week now. And then next week, it'll be something else. Hey, Jason, how are you? Thinking of buying some SWE to build for the next 4-year cycle. Yeah, Jason, if you're thinking 4-year cycles, again, this is not financial advice or anything. We don't know what's going to happen between super cycle or not or whatever, but $2 SWE. So we were doing a lot of charting on SWE back here. And so April 14th, it came down to $1.73, right? And we snapped some fib lines to try and see where SWE was. I have my magnet up here at $4, and now it's down at $2. It's a pretty good price, Jason. SWE at $2 is pretty good price. Almost down to that $1.73 bottom there on the tariff dip back in April. But the potential is certainly there. Yeah, I sold mine somewhere at 350 or so. Somewhere in that range is where I took my profits on Sweet. And I haven't bought back in. $2. I know. I have conviction that I think price is going to rebound. That's a great price. Bitcoin stayed in the purple box. Look at that. Bitcoin's like the only one that stayed in the purple box. It dipped right down to the bottom of the box. But everything else dropped below. Just about. Fetch. Right. Total destruction. I agree. Yeah, why they did that big. It was not only Ocean, but there was another one too. There were two other companies that merged. Can't remember what the other one was called. Not Immutable X. It was another name, something like that. Can't remember. But yeah, that was. Fetch has just gotten killed. Past couple months. There it is. 20 cents. Ouch. It was just 60 cents. Beginning of October. 60 cents. Down 66% in a month. That's bad. And then, of course, there's Cadena, right? All-time low, 3 cents. All-time low. The hack was just it was like $100 million off of some third-party bridge or something. I didn't really look at it that close. It was wrapped ETH that was stolen. It sounds like somebody, there were some nodes that were able to get shut down by some devs to help stop some of the bleeding, but I did not really look at it much more closely than that. If Elon puts a Doge on the moon, Dogecoin will moon. Yes. Toss has conviction. I have conviction on Crow. Yes. Crow's going to pump. It's an exchange token on an exchange that makes a ton of money. I agree. I like when people say that, Corey. Those are two good words. I agree. If we go into a bear market, then maybe 4-year cycles are broken and we won't have to wait another 4 years for a bull. Maybe. Or maybe there's no bear market and we just keep grinding upwards. Do I think Elon still supports Dogecoin? Yes. He says it's time. He said that today, Master. This is an Elon reply from today. It's time. Yes, Elon still supports Dogecoin. No, I don't have Zora. I've never liked the project, and now even more so because of the stupid automatic token creation thing. Dumb. The Dogecoins being put in the moon will be a viral video if they have to record it, right? Everybody's got cameras now. Even SpaceX has these awesome cameras on all their test flights. If Bitcoin gets passed in market cap, does it become an altcoin? Well, what's going to pass it, Ron? What's going to pass Bitcoin in market cap? It doubled last time it was here. I know. That it did. We could have 30-cent Doge again. Maramello, yeah, I saw you had said previously that you sold. I don't know about virtuals. It just seems like one of those that is the fancy thing of the week, right? I don't know. DBR, but I get it. The flash crash was totally manipulated, Anthony. That wasn't really a trading level. The magnet needs to be repolarized. I love that. That's good. Rolling Rob, buying on the dips. T is a bear. I talked you into it. I don't talk people into anything. I just look at charts and I'm just like, if I was buying, I can only tell you what I would do. But if I was buying SWE again and I sold it for $3.70 and it hit $2, I'd be buying back in. When the bear market starts, most likely it would go into 2027, Trevor, but it may be delayed. Hey, Gene, the live stream's giving you a little trouble, lagging? Sorry. Just try it on your phone. Hey, Raiden. I love you, Kriss. Don't boot me. You know, amazingly, there's not a lot of trolls today. I was expecting trolls. Amazon, Tesla, Google. Like, what else was up today? There were a lot. It's the big guys. The big guys were all up. NVIDIA was up today. Yeah. Yeah, Christian, different time now. It's just like the Elon thing is old. We need to see the actual thing now and not just a tweet. We need to see the actual thing happen because nobody believes from a tweet that things will actually happen. The right news will send crypto higher regardless of the cycles. Well, the pump last year was part of the turnaround into the bull cycle. So we just got to get this government shutdown to end because that's just weighing on everything in crypto right now. I don't know how you can do that. The total outstanding supply. It's hard to tell. I mean, the exchanges hold so much. And on many exchanges, you don't know. Like on Robinhood. Robinhood has like 36 billion Dogecoin. You don't know how much of that is actually bought. So, Dogecoin, of course. Right. I knew you would answer that way. Look at me. I'm the captain now. Yeah. Ask the Magic 8 Ball if we are in a bull market. That's a good one. Ladies and gentlemen, we now finally have a great question for the Magic 8 Ball. Yes, the Magic 8 Ball is here with a great question from our friend Bill. Are we in a bull market? Are we in a bull market? So let's see what the Magic 8 Ball says. Are we in a bull market? Magic 8 Ball says, what do you say? Reply hazy, try again. Reply hazy. Try again. Bill. We got to sit on that. The reply was hazy. Charlotte's back. Hey, life gets in the way sometimes, right? Yes, still here. Still licking my chops for a re-entry on zone. God, I wish I was at a point where I was re-entering instead of holding all the way down to $1.02 or whatever it dropped to today. It's like, stupid zone. Yep, $1.02. Hey, it's up to $1.04. Awesome. In your opinion, should I put 1,000 in Pepe? Michael, I may be buying some Pepe tonight. I may be buying some Pepe. Look at this price. It's down at 57. Down 15% on the day. It's like, yeah, I think I'm going to be buying some Pepe. I mean, I already made money on a big swing trade on Pepe last year, and I just to think I could just do it again, I'll do it again. Doge Father says it's time. I know. How can you not be bullish? Ryan really said he doesn't know what the paddle was about. Yes, he said that, Charlotte. No. Really confused about the paddle. Oh, you guys. Think about this just for a second. In my opinion, it's better we had all this upside down stuff before the Dogecoin ETF going live. I think it will come out stronger after the shutdown lifted. Wow. That's a good thought. I like that. I like that, Ron. That's good. Get all this crap out of the way and let's go. That will pump. Isn't crypto designed so you can't know who holds it? Yeah, pretty much. Some people have identified some wallets based on activity and timing, but there's no names. That's correct. We know some exchange wallets that have been identified, but we don't know them all. Alfred said, take a break, Mr. Wayne. You've been on these live streams a bit too much. The city. Okay, Batman, go save the city. I know, right? Ouch. Gurinder, ouch. 8-ball gets a dust off. Oh, we got to ask it again now. Here we go. Are we in a bull cycle still? What does the magic 8-ball say? My sources say yes. Magic 8-ball has sources? The magic 8-ball has sources. My sources say yes. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? My sources say yes. There it is. Just lie to us. I try and show you what it says. I Pepe'd my pants about an hour ago. 44 cents is my limit for first small Doge profit. You have a target. All right. We're shaking out the market. Yeah. Jeremiah Bear is just going to start saying it's over. Not to be negative, but because every time I say it, it ends up doing the opposite. Strategy just bought more Bitcoin. They posted it this morning. They bought a bunch last week for an average price of $114,000. They could have waited and gotten Bitcoin today at 106. So Michael Saylor isn't the best at buying the dips. He's not the best. Ruben has been shorting Solana. Well, you shorted anything over the weekend and into today, you made money. But yay, the Magic 8 Ball, never wrong. You heard it here. 8 Ball is connected to AI. Well, that's the sources, right? Got to get me an 8 Ball. Yep. My favorite things are this Magic 8 Ball and the big red button that says no. No! I use that all the time with my kids. No! The 30-cent magnet is getting a little weaker, Ender. Yeah, I know. What does our heaty map look like? A lot of liquidations. That is for sure. We had a lot of liquidations today. Big dump earlier, right there. And then while that was dumping, people were shorting it. So they bought Bitcoin back up to take out those new shorts, right? And now we've kind of been drifting. That's on the Bitcoin. Let's look at Doge. Yeah, just got a bunch of the longs. Can zoom out to like a 3-day, see what that looks like. Yeah, that's all new. They did just drop it down to take some more new longs out down here. $4 million at 16.5. So manipulation still going on. Can I move the purple box down? You hate seeing that, don't you, Charlotte? It slipped out of the bottom of the purple box. Grayscale's H-bar ETF may launch regardless of the government shutdown. I wonder if they're doing that with Doge as well. The magnet is flawed. Representing the Indianapolis Colts. What did I say about the Colts? Colts lost. The Packers lost. The Chiefs lost. The Patriots won. It's a good football day for me as a fan. I like to look at price trends on the total market cap to see where the price might be moving. If we continue to be red on Tuesday and Wednesday, not going to be good. I agree, Ruben. I agree with that. Dupree's, you threw away your 8 ball. Oh. Doge is about to harness its inner Bart Simpson, eat my shorts. I would love to be able to say that. Eat those shorts up. Turbo says, if you ever want a dip for buying, let me know. And if I buy some, you're sure to get a dip. Oh, there's a lot of that. There's a lot of that going on. Yeah, T. But the purple box was a good reference point for what was going on since the flash crash where everything was sideways. And then just last night, the market said no more. And there's no V-shaped recovery yet going on. There's just like still the weight of the, ongoing government shutdown, just not helping the markets. Philly Mike, I can't stop buying. Pat's looking decent. We got a good quarterback. That was a good pick. You got to have a good quarterback in the NFL. And he's got to stay healthy. Keeps running around like he is. He's going to get killed one of these days. The magnet looks like the U on the helmet. That's where the reference is. Oh, right. The Colts. It's the horseshoe. Got it. Hey, Ahmed, how are you? There's stuff going on, but I enjoy hanging out with you guys. Just trying to deal with other stuff. Keep on the good work. Thank you. Thank you, Nora. Eat my shorts. Heard my name. There's an eat my shorts here. Awesome. Eat my shorts. Why are the market makers not going after the billions of shorts? Right now, Nazif, because it's easier to get the longs. There needs to be some excitement which will make them push the price up. And there's no excitement right now. There's nothing in the market. It needs something. It needs a trigger. That's why the October 10th thing with that huge manipulated long leverage was able to happen was because of that China tariff thing. There was a trigger that got them to push it lower. And before you knew it, they went through all the liquidity just about that was in all the markets, leading to the big flash crash. So you need some huge, big news to get the exchanges and market makers to go after the shorts. And they're up there and they're huge. But you need that to happen. It needs that trigger. And right now, there's just nothing going on. So we're stuck. The magic 8-ball is worth money if you keep it in the package unopened. I don't remember how long ago I bought this. It's only been 4 years, 3 years ago, something like that. But it was for the live streams. I had to have one. Shout out to Roaring Kitty in GameStop. He was using one. Stole the idea. We could see a dip under 3 trillion market cap. We could see a dip under 3 trillion market cap. We're at 348. Market cap also slipped down underneath the purple box that I have for that. When were we last at 3 trillion? Well, that was the dip in June. The dip here in June, middle of June. Last time we were at 3 trillion. That would be a big dip. I agree with that. That would be a big dip to come back down to 3 trillion like that. That would be bad. I agree. So let's not have that happen, okay? Ouch. Maybe it's going to fill the wick. Yeah, but that wasn't a real wick. That wasn't a trading wick that happened. I clowned on the Patriots in the preseason, but would now like to submit my formal apology. Sorry for underestimating the Pats. Drake May is, yeah, he's good. He's like your Wemby, our Drake May. Petruchio gifted a membership. Hey, Petruchio, thank you. Who got it? Edward Lazo. Congratulations, Edward. Now a member of the channel. The sell pressure is just crypto. It's a bunch of weak-handed crypto holders that think it's all over and they're selling. And there's no new buyers coming in because, well, there's some, but most are just waiting until the government shutdown ends. So there's no conviction to be buying crypto except for some of us degens who think this is a good price, right? Something like that. So we, yeah, that's how I see the market right now. Not a lot of conviction. The magnet needs service. Good night, RR. Petruchio, you're welcome. I have conviction. Boy, do I. And I'll be walking in the dog shit when, if it doesn't happen. It'll be like, yep, I deserve that. I deserve that. I don't know. When Elon posted that this morning, I was like, huh? Elon? Appreciate it, Turbo. Thank you. I don't do shorts. I prefer my Doge Speedo. Another NFT season is possible. I think the NFT trend is basically over. I mean, there's some small pockets of or NFTs, like the Pudgy Penguins are still popular. There's some new ones that come out every now and then, but I don't think we're going to see like the Bored Apes like going back to those huge numbers again or anything like that. I think that trend passed. You're getting texts on my channel telling me that I'm dumb for buying. Whatever. They'll miss out. Think we could be at 35 cents by the end of November? I think that's pretty high. But again, it takes a huge catalyst. First, the government shutdown would have to end, which right now Polymarket is betting is not until November 27th. So that's right near the end of the month. So that just puts a damper on the whole month if the shutdown continues the whole month. Ryan said 2x by the end of the week. But he doesn't have a magic 8-ball. Low Roller thinks the 4-year cycle is over because October ended in the red. T thinks 10 to 14 cents is in play. Yeah, there's some negative people in here. I get it. You are the magic 8-ball. Ryan, did you know that? Tell the magic 8-ball to start the magic bull. CDC in the house. Good afternoon. How are you? The 18.5 hit. Now your next target is under 16.5. We're trying to hold on to that, but kind of weak. Bitcoin isn't doing well. 106.4 Bitcoin. Going to get out in December regardless of the price. Not riding through 4 years again. I get it, Zena. With 4-year cycle broken now, we have no way to predict the future, Low Roller. We don't know when things are going to happen. I need it back in the purple box. Hey, let's see whether it rallies tomorrow, right? Get a rally back up. Oh, by the way, I needed to tell everyone, no live stream on Tuesday. Oh, I forgot to tell everyone earlier. Sorry. No live stream on Tuesday. I got a work thing. I have a work thing on Tuesday. So no live stream. I missed you guys. We missed you too. How much for a Bored Ape right now? Ask Rock. How much for a Bored Ape NFT right now? Well, let's see what Grok says. The floor price for a Bored Ape Yacht Club NFT, the lowest listed asking price for any available ape in the collection, is currently 6.3 ETH or $24,630. You can check live listings on platforms like OpenSea or Blur. Is this the lowest floor price in 2025? Huh. No. The current Bored Ape Yacht Club floor price of $24,000 is not the lowest. Based on available market data, the lowest floor price recorded this year was late June 2025 when it dropped to 10 ETH. Well, ETH was a lower price then. 10 ETH. With the current price represents a further decline from that June low adjusted for ETH fluctuations. Huh. There are real-time charts. CoinGecko has real-time charts. Huh. CoinGecko. What else could Dogecoin reach 40 cents for besides Elon? Good question. I would think it'd have to be a whole series of things. Government shutdown has to end. Dogecoin ETFs have to launch. Doge OS launches. The House of Doge does a meaningful partnership, not B-level crap, but a real good one. Partnership. Top tier retailer accepting Dogecoin. I asked Elon to launch X Money. Thank you, Nick. Thank you. The Doodles and Pengu are doing well on Solana. If it doesn't pump now, it'll pump later. We're all in this together. Low roller, we talked all about it. If you saw my video on Saturday, which was my November price prediction, I talked about it again there too. Of course I noticed it, low roller. I do notice those things. That doesn't mean we're in a bear market. 9 cents is in play. You're a bear. 15 cents, great support. Patience is key. Hashtag devastated. Right now, we need someone to cover the live streams for when Kriss is busy. Who's up for it? Yeah, this work thing I can't get out of tomorrow. The real reason we need crypto to pump is that KrissPax can just say no to working forever again. Oh, yeah. So I could stream every day, not have to worry about work stuff. Patterns are meant to be broken, such as what's happening now. Everyone expected a repeat. Patterns always break. And we talked about that this cycle was already different. Now it's just different a little more. Doesn't mean it's over. Mandani will win New York mayor. Yeah, I know. Woo in Boston. Massachusetts is terrible. I agree. I mean, there's a lot of talk about like Connecticut real estate, like going up anywhere near New York because people are going to flock out of New York. Well, Connecticut and Florida, probably, right? There's going to be a mass exodus. people aren't going to want to stay in the city with him mayor. We'll see if that happens. Charlotte is the one who wanted to be an influencer. I do remember her saying that. Charlotte, you do mention feet, though. You should try it. Hey, Yuli, how are you? Could you make the red box? And if all my crypto goes to the red box, I will just sell. I get what you're trying to do, but I'm like, too bullish to make big red boxes. On another phone I had, I downloaded the app, the Magic 8 Ball, but too many ads popped up, so I uninstalled it. Yeah, with this one, there's no ads. There's no ads. Stupid app. Well, they got to make money somehow, right? Time to average down. Bonk Pepe looking tasty. Hey, you get one subscriber, right? Maybe two. When is he launching X Money? We got 2 more months of 2025. So, yeah. The orange line has been broken when you zoom in. I don't know where it's going to end for the day, but it looks like it's going to end the day below. And the week could end up just being a wick, seeing how the week goes. But we'll be watching that. The flash crash on the 10th was just a wick on the weekly, and it was also just a wick on the daily. So I'm watching that. I'm definitely watching that. Doge is my best performing coin, down 25%. Doge will pump when it pumps, right, Kumro? Keep watching. I like that. I like that. Abbott said he's enforcing a 100% tariff on everything moving to Texas from New York. He should. It's like these stupid New Yorkers. You voted for the guy. You get what you pay for. Don't come here. Hey, Julian. Thanks for being here. Can't believe retailers are missing out on the crypto money. There's just not much demand for crypto payments. There really isn't. CDC. It's just not there. You have 2 subscribers and are proud of it. Boston Celtics are 3-4. You're happy with the result. Derek White hasn't played really well so far. Jaylen Brown's good. Derek White has not been playing well yet. Once he gets rolling, yeah, the Celtics will be about a 500 team. They'll make the play-in, I think. Tatum might come back later in the year, recovered from his injury. You never know. You never know. They got killed by Houston over the weekend, though. Houston has all those tall players. Celtics couldn't get a rebound. They didn't look good against Houston. I only saw part of the game, but yeah, that wasn't good. Free bus. Yep. It's not good. Giving away all that stuff. It's not good. Mamdani's going to ruin New York City. You're getting congratulations already, Charlotte. My daily $25 Dogecoin buy is going to get the bottom. All right. Buying on the dip. 1666. Let's go. 1666. Derek White is a stallion, yep, but he's not playing well yet this year. He's just not there yet. Yeah, low roller. That was Anthony saying what Tom Lee said about S&P 500. I didn't move to Boston until 1993. So as a kid, I did not go to Celtics games. Really didn't go to any basketball games as a kid. But I've been to, I don't know, 8 or 10 games over the last number of years. So, no, I didn't see the old, I never saw Larry Bird or any of those guys. No. And now it's like so expensive to go to a game. Although this year you can buy tickets online for really cheap. Like the day of the game, they're really cheap. You got season ticket holders that are just dumping tickets for games because the team just isn't that good this year. And if it's not a great opponent, those games are cheap. I mean, you can go to a game for like $20, which is really good when tickets are in the hundreds. Maybe even snag something for a little less. Elon said it's time. I'm ready to. Flash crashed back to 10, Danny. Favored dream Dogecoin goes back down and all of a sudden moves to 1,000. Yeah, that's quite a dream. I said 1666 too loud. Kind of leaned into the microphone right here. Buy the dip. This was the low. Bear trap. Bear trap. That's how it was for you with tickets, Ryan. Bunch of season ticket holders dumping tickets to games with bad opponents because it wasn't worth watching. No, I'm not going to watch the John Cena match. I don't care. WWE, no. I went to one WWE like 10 years ago, and that was fun. But I was just like, I don't even remember who the wrestlers were. Cena wasn't there. Yeah, I don't remember. I got nothing. I know, we watched the DeFrancesco car, Indy 500, with the Dogecoin wrap. That was pretty cool for the year. They haven't done much since, though, but that was cool. That would be nice, Corey, if Doge did what it did in November last year, but it needs that big catalyst. It needs something to drive it, and we just don't have that this year. Don't have it. Crypto not feeling it. Wemby only scored 9 points. What? Had an off game? That's how Derek White has been this year. Just he'll heat up. Buy the dip and then go even deeper. You are a bear today, Anthony. If the government shutdown ends, is Doge ETF going to happen? Yes, it'll happen. Grayscale hasn't put all this time and effort into starting a Doge ETF and then to just let it not happen. Government shutdown ends, Doge ETF launches, Elon launches X money, talks more about SpaceX and a Dogecoin on the moon, like all of that. I'm not selling my Doge now. You can't call Cooper Flagg a bust in his rookie season on an overall team that isn't very good. These things take time, just like Wembanyama, right? Just like Ryan said, right? They just didn't have a good team the first few years. Now, team's starting to come together. Team looks good. So you give it a little time. The Suns double teamed Wemby. Well, that's a good way to play it, right? Just double team him. Let someone else beat you. That's actually a good strategy. Mm-mm. 33 Doge. That's what she says. I never saw Larry Bird play. I think the game that I remember Paul Pierce. I remember seeing a Paul Pierce game. But that's all I remember. That was a few years ago. 15 years ago. Maybe more. I don't remember. The more you buy at this kind of market, the deeper you go in the red. Yeah, the faucets don't get you a lot, but it's better than nothing, right? It's better than nothing. Yeah, maybe Charlotte does have 33 million Doge, and she's just not telling anybody. She's keeping it a secret from us. Plus, doesn't want to be mugged in the streets in UK, right? Oh, she's the one who has all that Dogecoin. She's got that crypto. It's dangerous. I get it. It is dangerous. Yeah, I wasn't even at that time even paying attention to basketball. I was like in college and doing my architecture thing and wasn't even watching sports. But I wasn't in Boston then either. Dogecoin used to give out a lot of Doge, and now, yep. And then there was that Dogecoin folding thing. That was like 4 years ago. There was this big thing, Dogecoin folding. I didn't really understand it. I didn't get what it was. Dogecoin folding. Didn't really look into it that closely. All right, guys, that's what we got. We're in the mid-16s. That's where we are. Recovery tomorrow. Is the government shutdown going to end? We're going to get out of this mess. Continue the bull cycle. We'll see as we go forward. I'll be back live on Wednesday. That's right, Wednesday I will be here, not Tuesday. So don't all freak out. Wednesday, next live stream. Hope everyone has a great evening. We'll see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.